When Italian immigrants began arriving in large numbers to New York City in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, food was one of the few comforts they carried with them. In Little Italy, pasta was not the lavish, sauce-drenched dish Americans recognize today. It was simple, filling, and rooted in poverty, tradition, and survival. Most Italian immigrants came from southern Italy regions like Campania, Calabria, and Sicily, where meat was rare and pasta was stretched with vegetables, beans, and olive oil. In New York's crowded tenements, families cooked with whatever they could afford, often adapting old recipes to new ingredients found in American markets. One of the most common pasta dishes was pasta aglio e olio, made with nothing more than dried pasta, garlic, olive oil, and sometimes crushed red pepper. It was cheap and fast. Garlic was affordable, olive oil was imported in bulk, and pasta could feed many mouths at once. This dish became a staple of weeknight meals in Little Italy kitchens. Another everyday dish was pasta e fagioli, pasta with beans. This was considered a poor man's meal in Italy, revealing how food functioned as sustenance rather than indulgence. Beans replaced meat, adding protein and calories. In New York, immigrants used white beans or cannellini beans available locally, simmered with onions, garlic, and sometimes a small piece of pork fat if money allowed. Tomato sauce existed, but it was nothing like modern spaghetti marinara. Tomatoes were often canned, simmered briefly, and lightly seasoned. Heavy seasoning was rare. Pasta with tomato and onion sauce was common, especially on Sundays when families could afford a slightly more elaborate meal. Macaroni with breadcrumbs, known as poor man's parmesan, was another authentic dish. Breadcrumbs toasted in olive oil replaced expensive cheese. This dish shows how Italian immigrants preserved tradition while adapting to hardship. Seafood pasta also appeared, especially among immigrants from coastal regions. Clams, anchovies, or sardines, cheap and accessible, were mixed with pasta and oil. These dishes reflected both Old World habits and New World availability. What's important to understand is that Little Italy pasta was never about abundance. Portions were modest, sauces were light, meals were shared. Pasta symbolized community and continuity in an unfamiliar land. These recipes helped Italian immigrants maintain identity while adjusting to American life. Over time, as prosperity grew, these humble dishes evolved into the Italian-American cuisine we know today, but their roots remain grounded in survival, memory, and family. In early Little Italy households, pasta was not a restaurant dish, it was everyday food. Families lived in small apartments with limited cooking space, often sharing kitchens. Meals had to be practical, filling, and affordable, and pasta met all three needs. Dry pasta was preferred because it lasted longer. Fresh pasta required time, space, and flour, luxuries not always available. Pasta shapes like spaghetti, ziti, and macaroni were popular because they were cheap and versatile. One daily dish was pasta with cabbage or greens. Leafy vegetables like escarole were inexpensive and easy to find. Escarole and beans. Pasta became a household staple. It combined bitterness from the greens with starch from pasta, creating a balanced meal with minimal cost. Another common meal was pasta with potatoes. This dish sounds strange to modern audiences, but it was filling and economical. Potatoes stretched the pasta further, allowing families to feed many children from one pot. Cheese was used sparingly. Imported Parmigiano Reggiano was expensive, so many families relied on locally produced hard cheeses or breadcrumbs. Pasta was not drowned in cheese, it was lightly dressed. Meat sauces were rare and reserved for special occasions. When used, meat was stretched. A small piece of beef or pork might flavor an entire pot of sauce, then removed and saved for another meal. Sunday dinners were important culturally. On Sundays, Families might prepare a richer tomato sauce, but even then, extravagance was limited. The focus was gathering, not excess. Children often ate pasta for lunch and dinner. Leftovers were reheated or repurposed. Nothing was wasted. Pasta water was reused for soups. Bread was never thrown away. These daily meals built habits that defined Italian-American cuisine for generations. Simplicity was not a choice, it was necessity. Understanding these meals helps correct modern misconceptions. Italian immigrants did not eat heavy, restaurant-style pasta. Their food was nourishing, and deeply connected to survival. Little Italy kitchens were places of resilience, where pasta symbolized stability in an uncertain world. While most pasta meals in Little Italy were simple, special occasions brought modest upgrades. Weddings, religious holidays, and family celebrations allowed for ingredients that were otherwise unaffordable. Lasagna existed, but it was rare and very different from modern versions. Layers were thin. Meat was minimal. Ricotta replaced expensive cheeses. It was made for Easter or weddings, not daily meals. Baked ziti appeared at celebrations. Even then, portions were controlled. Pasta was baked to stretch ingredients and feed many guests efficiently. Seafood pasta became more common on Christmas Eve. Following Catholic tradition, dishes like spaghetti with clams were prepared carefully, emphasizing flavor over abundance. Everyday pasta remained unchanged: oil, garlic, beans, vegetables. This contrast shows how food reflected economic reality. Italian immigrants maintained strict distinctions between daily survival food and celebratory meals. This discipline shaped long-lasting food culture. As families became more financially stable, celebration food slowly entered regular rotation. But early on, restraint defined cooking. These distinctions reveal how deeply food mirrored immigrant life: hope, struggle, and gradual progress. Pasta was both nourishment and celebration, depending on the day. American markets introduced new ingredients that slowly altered traditional pasta recipes. Tomatoes became more affordable. Meat became more accessible over time. Cheese production increased locally. Italian immigrants adapted cautiously. They didn't abandon tradition, they adjusted it. Pasta sauces became slightly richer, portions slightly larger. This gradual change gave birth to Italian-American cuisine. But early Little Italy pasta remained firmly rooted in Old World habits. Understanding this evolution explains why Italian-American pasta differs from Italian regional cooking today. Food became a bridge between two worlds. These pasta recipes are more than food, they are history. They tell the story of migration, hardship, and cultural survival. Modern portrayals often exaggerate richness, ignoring the reality of immigrant life. Real Little Italy pasta was modest, practical, and meaningful. Preserving these recipes honors the people who cooked them, not as nostalgia, but as truth. These dishes fed families, preserved identity, and built the foundation of Italian-American culture. Remembering them keeps history honest.